We have our top waiver wire pickups heading into week 2 for you today. You're definitely not going to want to miss this one. But before I get into it, if you could take a second, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you don't already so you know when new videos like this go live. Let's get into it. Starting off with the running back position, we have running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Gus Edwards, and with J.K. Dobbins out for the remainder of the season after tearing his Achilles on Sunday, Gus Edwards becomes a viable fantasy option. I know Justice Hill was there and got 2 touchdowns after J.K. Dobbins exited the game, but if you look at the stats, both Gus Edwards and Justice Hill got 8 carries each. Gus Edwards went for 32 yards, and Justice Hill went only for 9. So I do think Gus Edwards is the running back that you want to target in this backfield. Next, we have running back for the Indianapolis Colts, Zach Moss, and the Colts just cannot catch a break at the running back position. Now with running back Evan Hall dealing with a knee injury, expected to miss some time, so Zach Moss becomes someone that I'm interested targeting on the waiver wire this week. I do think that he has a chance to be the lead back for the Indianapolis Colts, especially after Deion Jackson's performance on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if you have a need for a running back, Zach Moss may be someone you want to take a look at. Next, we have wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams, Puka Ngata, who had a great week 1. He had 15 targets, 119 receiving yards, and Matthew Stafford obviously likes this guy. We know Matthew Stafford can support fantasy relevant wide receivers. So Puka Ngata is probably going to be the hottest waiver wire pickup of the week, so he's my top option. But I do think people are going to overlook Tutu Atwell, who had a good game as well. He had 8 targets, over 100 receiving yards as well. So if you have a need at the wide receiver position, Puka Ngata is my top option. Tutu Atwell is a viable option as well. Next, we have wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, Romeo Dobbs. And if Christian Watson continues to miss time due to the hamstring injury, Romeo Dobbs is someone that we're not going to be able to ignore. There's an obvious connection between Jordan Love and Romeo Dobbs. He had 2 touchdowns on Sunday. He didn't really do much in the passing game. He had 4 receptions for 26 yards. But if Christian Watson continues to miss time, Romeo Dobbs is someone that we're going to have on our radar. So if you have a need for a wide receiver, Romeo Dobbs may be someone you want to take a look at. Next, we have tight end for the Carolina Panthers, Hayden Hurst. And with the Carolina Panthers dealing with injuries at the wide receiver position, I do think Hayden Hurst is a viable fantasy option. Last week when people were dealing with injuries with Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews, Hayden Hurst was someone I was recommending, and he ended up coming through. Now, I don't think he's going to have those big monster games, but I do think we could see 10 to 15 fantasy points consistently out of him. So if you have a need at the tight end position, Hayden Hurst may be someone you want to take a look at. We've got our quarterback of the week, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love. And honestly, I'm not a big Jordan Love fan, probably because I'm a Detroit Lions fan and just want to see the Packers fail. But he ended up showing up in Chicago last week, had a good fantasy game, 25 fantasy points, and now he heads to Atlanta against the Falcons in a favorable matchup. So Jordan Love is my quarterback streamer of the week. We've got our defense of the week, the New York Giants taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and I like this as a bounce back spot for this Giants team who got absolutely killed by the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Now they have a favorable matchup against this Arizona offense, so I do like this as a bounce back spot for the Giants. And that's going to do it for us today. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Until next time, line them up.